Grace and the peace of God the Father and Son Jesus our Lord be with you today as I welcome you again to your morning devotions right here on the Home Based Ministries Network. This is your cup of Joe. Good morning to the Evangelist Dexter Friday San Bradella. So how are you, man? Yes, I know that. May God bless you all. Alright, and to everybody across the various social media networks, blessings, 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 and may the blessings pursue and overtake you in Jesus' name. We are in the book of Matthew chapter 9 from verses 17, and Jesus continues with another illustration that no one will put new wines into old bottles, seeing that the result will be that the old will break, and the contents will be wasted, and the vessels themselves will perish. Instead, he says they will put new wine in new bottles, so they will both be preserved. The vessel and its contents preserved here, aligning to saved and salvation. So he skillfully, by using illustrations which they would understand, shows them that the old and the new are separated and will only function correctly separated. Showing them also that the old perish whilst the new is preserved. So at this time he presents salvation through the new and condemnation through the old, emphasizing also that they do not go together, enforcing the doctrine of repentance which he spoke from verse 13. Matthew, right? Verse 18, Matthew then writes that while he was speaking these things, a ruler came and worshipped him, telling him of his dead daughter, but expressing belief, saying also to Jesus to come and lay his hand on her, and she shall live. The verse expresses what is presented through worship by faith. Verse 19, Matthew then said that Jesus got up and followed the man along with his disciples. The man's request was not met with any question or response itself than Jesus' attention. He immediately responded to the worship and the faith. Now, verse 20. Whilst on the way to the certain man's house, a woman who had a disease 12 years touched the hem of his garment. So we are introduced to a nameless woman, a woman who approached Jesus, but the writer is clear to tell us that her approach was from behind. This is the first time we see anyone approaching Jesus from this direction. Verse 21, Matthew writing that she was convinced that if she just got to touch his clothes, she would be healed. Remember that Jesus had been followed by multitudes for a while, and approach from the front may have been difficult for her because of the crowd, and she had faith. There's no question about that. It was just that she had to get to him somehow. There were so many persons present and people bringing sick. There were the publicans and others, Pharisees, John's disciples, his disciples, men of influence and stature all around him. So this woman thought it necessary to just get a hold of him somehow. Matthew also writing that she was sick with a hemorrhaging, described as an issue of blood, for which she was afflicted with for 12 years. Her approach could have been influenced by the fact that from any other direction, it may have been difficult, and she wanted to get to him urgently. She had a sense of urgency for her healing and to just touch him. Verse 22, Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter," which identified her as Jewish and gives her words of assurance, telling her that her faith was responsible for her healing. Matthew wrote that she was totally healed from that point in time. Only her faith was responsible for the healing. Her faith inspired her approach to get to him at all costs, despite the direction the approach took. Many times, so many issues and situations and reasons influence our approach towards Jesus, sometimes unintentionally. The thing is that if you really want to get to that place where change awaits you, in an instant, change your approach. It's love. If one door is closed, try using another. Surely you will get through. If you see your way blocked in one regard, try another until you get away to your goal or your destination. Just change your approach. This is Pastor Solomon De La Rosa in God's grace. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. Change your approach.